Collectibles. Gotta round up all these collectibles, and Assassin's Creed Syndicate has quite a few. So we're gonna be now doing the beer tasting notes by going around and gathering beer bottles. Sample the beers on offer at London's various pubs so Sean can sequence the sense memory of the experience. Okay. So it's not an actual quest, but apparently Sean wants me to grab beers. I've accidentally grabbed one already, so when I go to that one's location, I'll read the notes for it then. This seems like this is like the type of quest I would give if I was an NPC. Can you? Well, no, I wouldn't tell them to sample them. I'd be like, can you go bring me a sample? He's a witch! Can you go bring me a sample of the beer? That would be my quest. So go ahead and go grab our first one. Our first beer is here, Whitechapel, right at the fast travel point, and it's a Whitechapel Goose Ale. Go around the back.
A bushel.
Let's go ahead and read what's in this Whitechapel Goose Ale. Can you scroll back? Merlin and Arthur Imperial Stout. Trevina. Sean's tasting notes. Whoso pulleth this pint from the cask shall be rightwise king born of England, which would be fortunate, as he could then immediately put the brewer of this travesty to death for crimes against the state. Oh, so it's bad. The ensuing crisis of succession, civil war, and mass outbreak of food poisoning would surely plunge us into a dystopian age to make a British comic book writer of the 1980s wet himself with glee. Mult de coronis plus de virtus? Indeed. And no, I'm not going to translate that for you. You should bloody know what that means. I don't. I'm sorry. I think it means the beer is bad. Like malt. Oh, my phone's not on silent. Malt like a malt? Malt. No, translate it. It just gives me Assassin's Creed things, but it doesn't give me the translation of what this means. Like, wait, is this from Arthur? King Arthur? Is there no translation for this? All of it is just... Okay, translate to English. Just Googling the phrase just brings up nothing but Assassin's Creed, and it just gives you the quote that's here. So I don't know what it means. Does it have no I'm typing it right now, and it has no translation. It also says it's German. There's no translation. That's why. No, okay, now it's translating it as I type more words. And then it untranslates it. Once I finish writing the whole thing, it untranslates it. So it started, so corones means crown. So I'm thinking it means failure of the crown, is my guess. But yeah, there's apparently no translation for what this means. Okay. Thanks, Sean. Our second beer is here at Spittle or Spitalfields Market. Spitalfields? Excuse me. Must have my alcohol. Leaping Fox Lager. 1866 lager, Björn's Brewery, so it's from Björn's, and it's registered. Sean's tasting notes. A big, bold flavor of stomach acid finishes with notes of someone else's old chewing gum and a smattering of pencil shavings. The beer itself has a consistency not dissimilar to egg whites that have curdled a bit. That's okay. With a head like dirty linens that leaves a lacing of gray sludge on the walls of the glass. That's okay. So far, none of these have been appetizing. Going by the scale of the other beers we've tried on this project, I'd say 3 out of 5 stars. Would definitely order again. Never mind, he wants bad beer. Okay. I don't, because I kind of skipped straight to this one, so I don't know much about Sean. But, Sean is typically like an Irish name. Irish are stereotypically associated with alcohol. So does he just like bad beer? Is that his personality? What is... like a battering ram. Okay. Our third beer is here on it's our final Whitechapel beer. It's far west of the fast travel point. So I've been playing other games and it's Y to get out of cars. So I pressed Y to get off the thing and I shot a cop on accident. But we're just gonna ignore that. So we're at the Cauldron and Stew Pot. What's the name of this one? I'd go here. Well, hold on, I haven't been inside. Okay, the amount of smoke that's just in the air, that's dust. I'd still go here. It's chill by the looks of it. You only got...
You think I'm funny? Think differently. I should have just stayed at home. Stop that this instant. You hear me? I knew I should have stayed in bed.
Are you talking to me? I'm taking this beer. There's only like 5 customers here, so yeah, this is a chill place. I'd go here. Should make a video on all the different bars. Like, would I go here? I guess that's basically what this is. Red Growler. Special brewed. Sean's tasting notes. Here's a fun beer fact for you. Cask conditioned beers are often treated with isinglass, which is a substance obtained from the dried swim bladders of cod. Oh, that's delicious. In order to clarify the brew and remove particulates like spent yeast. In the case of Red Growler's Special Brewed, I think we'd all have been happier skipping the beer altogether and just chewed on the dried fish bladder. You're not making me want... I mean, look, I would try them all. But you're not making me want any of these. Our first beer here in Lambeth, is at a place called Public House. Every one of their logos is glitched. But when I saw this one first, so it just looks like it's off to the side, and I was like, okay, they were drunk when they were painting the letters on, and that's my canon. I'm gonna go with that. They were drunk when they were putting the letters on, so they managed to break the lettering all over Public House. Since this is like a computer thing. Oh, they got a cat. Public house is already at the top. They got a pub cat. Can't pet it, but they got a pub cat. So, ranking the bars. If I remember, public houses are number 1. Sorry, that's on me. I'll get you a new one. That's also on me. I'll get you a second new one. Why did I get paid 1,100 for stealing a beer? Tim's? Why is this here then? Oh, because I don't think there's any beer in the Tim's. I mean, there's probably tons of beer in the Tim's. Tim's Brewery Pale Ale, London, 1868. Sean's Tasting Notes. There's a very easy joke to be made here about the purity of the Tim's as compared to the quality of this beer, but I'm not going to make it. No, such an obvious jab doesn't do true justice to the vileness of this drink. On every level on which it is possible to enjoy beer, this one is a spectacular failure. It tastes like the inside of a carburetor. Carburate, is that how they spell carburetor? It looks like something my Uncle Rory had drained from a growth on his foot, and the smell, well, just be thankful Abstergo hasn't added smell-o-vision technology to the Helix interface yet. Wait, they don't get to smell anything while they're running through... Oh, okay, to be fair, running through the streets of Victoria and London probably smells terrible. And we also go to Egypt during... I don't actually remember the time period. And Greece. So maybe it's good that the person living these memories can't smell, but I didn't know they couldn't smell. I loaded this up on one of the old Animus 3.0 rigs, and now everything smells of bin juice. I think I need a CAT scan. Wait, so... they can smell. The old Animus 3.0 rigs have smell... I don't... Now I'm just confused. Still would drink. Yeah, let's go look at the cat, and then we'll take off.
What's the government doing? Where did we leave off?
Y'all blocking my cat view. Alright, Lambeth's final beer is here near the fast travel point. So this is the Black Bull. It's the name of this bar. J. Voen? I would have just said Vaughn, so it's probably just Vaughn. Royal Whiskey. So is that the one that's sold here? Because if that's not the beer I'm about to pick up... Excuse me, sir. Oh, I was trying to not knock it over. Yeah, this one's too crowded for my liking. There doesn't seem to be a pub cat. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one. This is not my type of place. Sorry. It's not. We don't even get what's-his-face's Vaughn's whiskey. Well, I guess we're getting beers, so that makes sense that we wouldn't be picking up the whiskey, but I would rather have a whiskey than a beer. This is the Blind Goose. Odd that this isn't the one that we get at that goose place. Bethune and Sons Mild Ale, London, England. Sean's Tasting Notes. Ah, the mild ale. Brewing's equivalent of a beige carpet or a smooth jazz album. Looking back at the log files, I'm quite certain I synchronized this particular sense memory. But I'll be buggered if I can remember anything about it. So this one's just bland. Got it. It's like an unmemory, a flavor that is I know it's just flavor. That is defined only by its absence. It's almost poetic in its own way. Shame, it's really only suitable for sale to children or American supermarkets because American beer sucks. American beer does suck. I don't like beer. Give me a whiskey. Give me some kind of liquor. Or spirits, as they're I've never had British beer. Yeah, I would rather just have something of substance. Did he just leave the bar? What is he doing? Look at them. They just get to drink outside and chill. Our first beer in Southwark. Is that a bar that's just called George? This is so you can, when you're leaving and your wife's like, where are you going? You're like, I'm just gonna go hang out at George's place. And then you don't get in trouble, right? Is that the logic? Okay, it's another small one. We've already been to one that's just like this. You know, there's no bartender too, so it's a help yourself situation. There's no bar cat. So far, none of them have passed bar cat. Pub cat, not bar cat. Bars in America, pubs in Britain. England. Alright, we have Robert Barnaby and Company Amber Ale. Special brewed fermented Gloucester? Glucose is what I'm going with. So I don't know what it's saying. Gloucester? Because they don't put an H there, huh? So it's Gloucester. Sean's tasting notes. With its strong flavor and heady aroma, this beer would pair wonderfully with halibut. I'm sorry, did I say pair with? I meant taste of. Oh, delicious. More fish beer. It tastes of halibut. The body has an unctuous pond scum quality, but manages to be gritty at the same time. Overall, I'd rate this beer somewhere between Poison Oak and a Live and Furious Piranha on the things I'd willingly put in my body scale. Still drink it. Just saying, Sean. Still drink it.
I think our ma will be right ashamed of him.
The final beer here in Southwark is Duke of York. None of that has to do with the beer, does it? Ale, and stout. Sorry, excuse me.
You knew he had that, didn't you? All right, deal. Astonishing, my old friends turning on me. Gentlemen, ladies, Queen, Sir, the Queen.
Hold up. I mean, I guess they didn't want to make multiple cards. You're all cheating. Every one of you has an ace of diamonds. I was gonna say, hey, they play poker here. Maybe I'll go to this bar, but no, it's seeming like
Oh, really? Which one?
it's all right, I guess. It's not in my top.
Confession to make. I love many people. They look so very clean.
Well, he's not wearing a uniform, so odd thing to say. Big Bastard Ale. Love the bottle. The friggin' big old pig. Okay. Strong Ale. Grandshire Old Brewery. Grandshire. Whatever. Old Brewery, Liverpool, England. Sean's tasting notes. Oh god, this one has bits in it. Oh no! Oh, you don't want chunks in your alcohol. Let's read on and see if I'd still drink it. I've changed my mind. I don't want to do this anymore. No, I have to. This is bigger than me. This is important work for culinary archaeology. Tell my mum I love her. Was he drinking at the time that he wrote that? Sean's tasting notes addendum. The big bastard lives up to its name. With an intense dish rag flavor and a mouthfeel more akin to al dente pasta than beer. The finish is apparently 3 hours of psychosis. To judge by the lost time and the 17-page handwritten diatribe on the mating habits of finches I found on my desk. Excuse me, I must just pop to the loo. For the 17th bloody time in an hour. Okay. He didn't tell me what the chunks were. Are they chunks of pig? Is she gathering up some more big bastard ale from the floor?
You don't say.
I mean, if someone else paid for it, yeah, I'd drink it. Our first beer here in City of London district. It's another public house, but this one's not as cool as the other one with the glitches. But I guess, what is the City of London the more upper class people? And then there's Westminster, which is a superior class. So I'm already feeling like this isn't my kind of place. They're all dressed all snazzy and... yeah.
Oh, really? Which one? How fascinating.
Well, let's at least see if their beer's better. Her Majesty's London Porter. Sorry. Sean's tasting notes. Her Majesty must hate you. She's my best friend. I mean, she's upset that I refuse to work for a monarch. She's my best friend. Look at that guy's face. Why does it kind of look like Justin Timberlake? I apologize if that's like a famous person in British culture. I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, really? Which one?
Seeing if any of the other beers here are any better. But it's just rehashed, reskinned textures. So I don't have any description, so I'd drink it. Wait, are you one of my kids that's bring me money? No? Okay. Our next one in London, City of London, is here at 7 Bells. Got a nice name. It's already too fancy for me, yeah. No cat. Well, these guys aren't all dressed up, so, and the upper class people aren't being snobby. Maybe I'd be cool to hang out here. Hey, it's the dude again. Does he not look like Justin Timberlake as Ra's al Ghul? It's a double stout. Sean's tasting notes. Oh, it's just called double stout. That's the name of it. When one stout absolutely will not do, this one starts strong with a nose reminiscent of... Okay, so he means it by cigarettes, obviously. I was like, I'm not reading that, but he means cigarette ends and burnt bacon. but surprises with a taste of hot mud. A cheeky afternote of coal fire rounds out an overall flavor profile I can best summarize as London sweatshop. Just trying to identify the ingredients has put me on several bioterror watch lists. I'm drinking this one. I mean, I don't want to drink cigarettes, but he got put on a bioterrorist watch list for whatever's inside that. So I feel like I gotta at least try it once, right, Lincoln? No? Okay. So I'm already laughing. They didn't probably start recording at the start of the laughter, but our next one here in City of London is George and the Dragon. So we already went to a bar called George, and now we're here at George and the Dragon. Is there a George? Is there multiple George bars? Like, is it the same? This dude is freaking huge. Also didn't realize, Evie is taller than every other woman, isn't she? Okay, they also seem to mingle with lower class, so I'm cool with that. Oh. 1, that's witchcraft. 2, I don't like the placement of that cup. You pissing in the beers? Pissing in the beers? Okay, it's off to the side, I guess. Obviously it's supposed to be on the counter, and he's washing stuff. What do we got here? But I mean, I don't know. He could be pissing in the beers. Fry and Fry! Hey! Limited. Sean's tasting notes. Are you sure this is meant to be drunk? Because it tastes for all the world like a new concoction for Evie and Fry's poison darts. Did we make a beer? Did my brother and I make a beer? My darts are hallucinogens, aren't they? They're not poison. I guess it's, in a way, it is poisoning. Because they also do die at the end. She just had too much to drink, don't worry about it. Our next beer here, City of London. So we already visited the Duke of York. Well, here's the Prince of Wales. Are these real bars? Hey, buddy. Only one has had a pub cat. Okay, this one, again, it doesn't seem like they mix in with the lower class, so this is a no for me, dog. We'll go ahead and just grab our beer and go. What we got here? The Mariner Lager. Oh, it's like Kraken. Sean's tasting notes. Are you having a laugh? Are you deliberately altering these sense memories so they all come up tasting vaguely of sturgeon and the dark tears of a recently divorced plowman? Did Rebecca put you up to this? This can't be right. This was the apex of the London beer industry, before Belgian conglomerates and lowest common denominator macro brews. It can't actually be this dreadful, can it? So this is supposed to be the best beer? He didn't even describe it. It looks like it would taste fine to me. I'm gonna drink it. Our final Tower of London, City of London beer is at a place called Horse and Groom. I don't know if that means something. To me, it sounds like the man is marrying a horse. Okay, all upper class. They don't mingle. There's no pub cat. This ain't for me. This ain't my place. Oh, beer's on the other side. Bro, you look like you're drinking freaking vomit.
They look so very clean.
Is that what they drink here?
Left leg was blown straight off by a Russian cannonball.
Oh, that's gross. Most upper class people do like food that's, you know, literal garbage. Sorry. Gun and Sons Scotch Ale. 1868 Edinburgh. Sean's tasting notes. When I think back on all the hardship England has inflicted on our neighbors to the north, all the wars, the oppression, the outlawing of the kilt, they wear a... Oh, Sean, because Sean's not from America. I was like, do they wear a lot of kilts in Canada? Sean is Irish. I'm fairly sure this beer pays them all back with interest. This isn't a beer. This is a declaration of war in liquid form. This is like being struck about the head with a caber and similar Scottish cliches. I'm going... So he's Scottish. Didn't the Scots wear the kilts? Did Irish people also wear kilts? No, he's got to be Irish, and yeah. I'm going to go have a bit of a lie down and a good long think about my life choices now. I mean, I'd drink it. I would drink it. Our first beer in the Strand. I think I say the Strand. Let me keep with that. Is right here. This is the one I accidentally grabbed during the main playthrough. Because I thought it was like an item I could use to throw at people. I didn't realize it was a collectible. So it's here at this public house. They're all kind of upper classy. No pub cat. I don't remember where it was. I feel like it was here, but it could have been over on the counter.
The war, you know.
Oh, really? Which one?
Crimea. I was a gunner at Sebastopol.
How fast?
Nope. This one was this. The Balfour and Barrett Vienna beer. 1868, limited, patent number 390. Sean's tasting notes. I didn't realize it was legal to patent pasteurized sheep's urine. I'd literally rather drain a boil. I'm beginning to have second thoughts about this whole project. You already said that when you drank that other one. The one that's you mentioned being a boil, which I don't remember what it was. This one, no. I don't know. You already mentioned the boil thing, though. Come on, Sean.
I have a confession to make.
Our next beer is over here. Southern area of the Strand. Now we've got Lord Nelson. Still no pub cat. Only one has had a pub cat.
This one? Why, you cannot
Starting to think no one's gonna top that place.
Away from Canada.
You don't say.
It's gonna be the #1 pub that I would go to. Bazalgette's Respite? Am I pronouncing that right? Bazalgette's? Mild ale, bottled in Scotland. Sean's tasting notes. Interesting. Period advertisements for this beer suggest that the innumerable workers who dug the miles upon miles of tunnels and collectors beneath London, their nose constantly assaulted by nauseated fumes and their eyes offended by unspeakable refuses, would appreciate a balanced and moderate brewed bottle in the north of Scotland, which as far as I can tell is 3 lies for the price of 1. So they didn't like it. Didn't he say mild ales were like American beers? Flavorless.
In the war, you know.
Oh, really? Which one?
It's our next beer. I'm grimacing because I already don't like this place. Look at, they're drinking out of these tiny little cups. I guess that's wine, huh? What is this place? This place is called The Crown, or just Crown. Okay, they got some tankards inside. But they're all upper class people. Like, no, bro, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, not my kind of place. Not, but just straight not. Dr. Garrett's Ale. It's got a dog on the bottle. Sean's tasting notes. What's this I detect? Actual hops? Grain that might have been threshed sometime after the agricultural revolution? Water boiled long enough to actually kill a microbe? Actual wooden kegs? Oh, bravo, Dr. Garrett. A lovely balanced flavor. Strong, but not overpowering nose, and a light and pleasant mouthfeel. You've restored my faith in British beer making. Just what the doctor ordered, so he finally found one he likes. Good job, Dr. Garrett. Or maybe he's just drunk after tasting all of these. Is he actually drinking them? Because I'm the one in the Animus. So, is he actually getting to sample any of these? Our final beer here in the Strand. It's at another public house.
She escaped from Lambeth Asylum.
Are you calling me crazy? Not seeing any cats. Not my kind of place. R. White's Table Ale. Well, who's R? 40 years unrivaled. Okay. 40 years unrivaled London. Or in London. Sean's tasting notes. Note that the bottle doesn't specify what it's unrivaled at. My guess is accidental poisonings. As a point of interest, I compared this scent's memory profile to others in our database. And you know, there's only one point of differentiation between this beer and having your face shoved into a public toilet in Kettering. The toilet water is slightly more pure. Oh, okay. That's why I don't drink beer. Beer is just piss water. Drink something with flavor and substance. Our first beer here in Westminster. It's at the Queen's Arms. It sounds more like a hotel than a...
One more misstep and me missus will put me out on the street. Can't afford to lose another job. God help me.
Oh, I thought because you were drinking. It sounds more like a hotel than a bar or a pub. This place is alright. They're mingling with lower class. It's always good to see. Sons of Adam Irish Stout. Irish Brewers Dublin Stout. Sean's tasting notes. Presumably named because the ingredients have been sitting about since roughly the days of Enoch. A proper Irish stout should be pitch black, creamy in texture, with rich yet subtle notes of coffee and toasted malt. This tastes like someone watered down a pot of roofing tar, then spiked the whole thing with burning tires. The mouthfeel is akin to licking a greasy rat. And how I know this is a story I will not be telling. Have you licked a greasy rat? Is that a euphemism? I shared the sense memory profile with a mate of mine from Cork. And he actually bursts into flames. Please don't send any more data on this one. Honestly, I fuck with this. I drink this.
Fascinating.
Right.
My lungs are just a bit.
Our second beer here in Westminster is at the King's Arms. It's the same as the Queen's Arms. Let's see what they serve, though. E. Smith & Sons Pale Ale, manufactured by E. Smith & Sons, Ltd. Since 1855. Sean's tasting notes. This is not beer. This is formaldehyde in a stoneware jug. That doesn't look stoneware. In a mortuary somewhere, there's a freshly emballed corpse with a lovely aroma of hops and fine lacing down the glass. And frankly, I'd rather put that in my mouth than this swill. Why does it say Indian there? It doesn't say Indian at all in the thing. Well,
You don't.
I mean, what is with that guy's face?
Oh, really? Which one?
Crimea. I was a gunner, Sebastopol.
How fascinating.
He looks like a snake man. Like he doesn't have a nose, he just has the nostrils. Okay. Well, if Sean wants to put his mouth on a corpse, it's not my place to say he can't. We don't kink shame.
Stupid animal.
Our third beer in Westminster? Westminster? Is at a place called Prince Albert. Oh, buddy, you having a bad day? Come inside, I'll get you something. All of the ones here in Westminster have kind of been the same.
My left leg was blown straight off by a Russian cannonball.
Which leg? This one. Why, you can hardly
That's
tell.
real maple. Imported all the way from
See, now I've been
Canada.
wasting my
You
time.
don't.
I've never heard the beginning of that, so he's saying he lost his leg and that his leg is made of wood.
In the war, you know.
And then she grabs his leg. Okay. Got it. His Lordship's Dinner Ale. Ivory Brewery, Bath. Where is Bath at? 1868. Sean's tasting notes. A beer from England's prettiest city, and suitable for his Lordship's dinner, no less. Well, the name is appropriate, as I needed a full 5-course meal to get the taste of this concoction of misery out of my sad mouth. Well, you go kiss another corpse, I guess. It tastes like someone drained the water table from Highgate Cemetery, strained the bits out, and bottled it under the light of a blood moon. I did some historical digging on this ivory brewery. It burned to the ground in 1879. And do you know what? I'm glad. I hope the fire brigade sat back and watched it burn, then salted the earth, because they knew that sometimes a place becomes so defiled by what's happened there that it can never be put to wholesome use again. This is a bad beer. Got it, Sean. You really didn't like this one.
10 years younger, I teach them a thing. Yes, you. Would you like to be able to
Straight
commune
off
with the
by a
other side?
Russian cannonball.
Yeah, you just told that story, buddy. I don't think she's interested. Or maybe she is interested, and that's why she's listening to him tell the same story over and over again. And our final beer is here in Westminster. It's Prince Regent. Aren't those both titles? I guess you can name the kid Regent. So only one pub had a pub cat. Telling me only one pub in all of Assassin's Creed Syndicate had a cat. And we got a belt for my brother. Because I guess this was meant to be his quest line, but I prefer Evie. I know, it's a bar.
You better not touch anything.
Really?
Really? This can only end horribly.
Sorry, he was just, he needed that. Brian's Renegade. Pale Ale. Alistair Benedict Brewers. Sean's Tasting Notes. Pours a clear, billoous yellow color. Bilious, not billoous. I've never actually seen a color I'd describe as bilious. For now. But that's what Alistair Benedict Brewers seem to be aiming for. By God, they've nailed it. Rotten grain dominates the flavor profile, which is an unusual choice, balanced by a musty funkiness reminiscent of the water that pools at the bottom of a poorly drained gym shower. And not a nice, clean, modern fitness center either. One of those sweaty concrete monstrosities from the 1970s in somewhere like Loboro, where large men with broken noses gather outside with large dogs to poke fun at patrons leaving in neon gym wear. Okay. Guess we'll look at the new belt we just got. Beer collector's belt. Okay. I'll buy it for him as a gift.